Hello, and once again, welcome to Steve's Long Stay Workshop, Long Stay Vintage Electronics Workshop, but not today. Some of you who know me well know that I help at a radio station too, including Salford City Radio, where I do programs as well. Anyway, this is one of 4 CD players I've got to look at, 2 Numarks and 2 Denons, and I know what's up with these because I bought it in the studio. Now, I'll show you very quickly. Switch on, like that. Yeah, these are only 3 or 4 years old. These actually, so not impressed. But if you press the eject button, as far as it goes, look, it's out now, but not back in again. You see, so it sticks. Yeah. Now, this happens because of presenters. Some presenters don't realise that other people than them use the kit. Some presenters don't realise how to use equipment seriously, and some are just, well, yeah. Now, with a CD player like this, you do not, under any circumstances, and if you're a presenter, remember this, and if you're in charge of presenters, teach them this on pain of death. You do not open it with the drawer or push it shut with the drawer. You use the button. The button's there for a reason. Yeah. The button is there for a reason, and the reason is that if you do it this way, like that, which I'm showing you there, yeah. If you do that, then a few things will happen. The main one is that the tray will come out of shape, and also you will have problems getting the tray in and out, which I've just seen. So I've got 2 like this. And so for that reason, I decided I'd do them on camera because I wanted people to see what these things are and how to look after them. Yeah, it's important that in a radio station in particular that everyone looks after the kit, because if you don't, somebody will not be able to use the kit afterwards, and that will make them very angry. And if the station manager's show follows yours, well, good luck keeping your job at the station. But basically, it's a simple problem. It really is. It's called simply looking after equipment. And you'd be surprised. You'd be real surprised how many people don't do it. You really would. I've always been shocked by it, but 4 CD players in here now to look at as a result. Somebody at that station, and I think I know who, but I'm not going to say on camera, does actually do this. And for one, I'm not impressed by it, because it shouldn't happen under any circumstances. Yeah, it does. I admit it does, but it shouldn't under any circumstances whatsoever. Believe me, it shouldn't. Inside a CD player, there's mechanical, which is in view here, and electronic, which is here. Electronics, don't touch, okay? Buttons on the front, if you need to clean them, pump comes off, and give them a clean with something that isn't oil, basically. You know, the things out there for that. You know, just give them a clean. You don't need much soldering on these unless something goes wrong. They're mostly it gets to by plugs. You know, these actually were well, I said only 3 or 4 years old. Now, what I've done, the first thing I do here with them is make sure these 4 screws that hold the thing in are tight, because if not, the whole thing will waddle about. And when that happens, I'll just turn it around so I can get to those 2. Then it'll do well what this one is doing. So let's put that out of the way, right? And then under here too, there are also 2 more screws which need to be checked down here. This screwdriver, by the way, it's a big one, but it goes to very fine points, and because it does, I can undo most things with it. It really is good for that. Anyway, by the way, also this is plastic, so you know, be careful with it, and that score as well. Anyway, now if we know straight away, it's doing it again. You see, straight away. So you know, these sort of problems, it can be interesting to handle. Basically, with these sort of problems, the thing to remember is don't have them starting, because if they do, then you know it's put that out of the way. There we are. Right, okay. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, right, okay. Now we'll find my CD. Here it is. Donovan, hurdy-gurdy mushroom man, left me in a frying pan. I know that's Neil, isn't it? So if we now put in Donovan like that and press like that, he's reading it, spinning it up like that. Now with CD players in studios, there's an extra function which you need to look out for and make sure it's on, and that is that it cues the song you want, waits until you press the button here like that, and it's off. Yeah, now at the end of it, it won't go to the next track, it'll stop. Yeah, that is to make sure that it doesn't actually do anything awful on air. Some people to do that, they shouldn't. Okay, make sure that's in the middle there, and you know, make sure that this is off here, and also, like I said, make sure that it's 1 and then stop, and 1 and then stop. It's got this as well. I'll put the speaker on in a minute, but that is basically how that works. So now stop like that. Now also with these, take the CD out like that. Yeah, it does it all in this button here. Spins up straight away. Yeah, stop and out, in and up. So there you are. So this one is bits more. Also, you can also with this one, by the way, you can also choose the track you want, which is here. So if you want to track 11, that's track 11. That's 16 and so on. And again, the button here, off it goes. It's the same thing. Stop and eject are on the same button here. So they're not quite the same as domestic CD players, but they do have their likes and their differences like that. So this one now looks a bit healthier. Yeah. Also the front here, by the way, sometimes you do have to now what's he doing? There you go. 1, 2. What it's doing now is it checks for CD as well. You see? On this button here. Quite clever really, but in a radio studio you've got to be quick with things like this. And okay, most radio stations now have things like myriad, but CD players are still good to have in the studio. So usually get 1 or 2 in the studio, and they are still used by some presenters anyway. I, by the way, like to try and have something in a CD player ready, so if something goes wrong with myriad, because computers do go wrong, and there's never a good time for computers to go wrong. I should know that. And it'll press the button on here, and they've got 3 minutes or whatever to calm yourself down, sort yourself out, on the rest of it. And the listeners don't know. It's handy to know. So anyway, 1, 2, 1, 2. Right. So, with apologies to YouTube and their copyright laws, because I'm not monetized, we shall now look at seeing that it works okay and plays okay. Now for this, actually, you can either do amplifier or speakers, or use computer speakers. Yeah, you can do that. Now, as regards to amplifiers for CD players, many people insist on having a large amplifier and stuff in the workshop. You don't need it. These here, which I'll bring forward and show you, these are only computer speakers, amplified computer speakers. Yeah. So you need a set of those for about £8. You need a set of those for about £8. One of those, because it's USB, and a lead, which is here, which costs about £3. And from that, you can in fact get a rather good pretending signal. So I can show you again now. Things like that, and also go to track 11. Press Q button now, and go to, I don't know, track 9, and there you are. So that basically is how to take your CD player without all the kit. All you need is one of those. Dead simple. So this one I think is now okay. Like I said, never let anybody try and make it push things out or pull them out that way. Always use the button. Tell your presenters that on pain of death, because this is something which, you know, does happen a lot, and it's a CD players aren't cheap, and people have to respect the gear basically, don't they? So anyway, with that in mind, I shall now switch it off and put it together again, and then again take it from there. Again with these, by the way, putting back together again, it's quite simple. Yeah, the top goes on like that, and goes forward like that. Just to make a mess of this one on camera, like that, and it should actually in the end go over the top of that. And there you go, it's in. So there we just put the screws in, and I'll do that very quickly, and we'll try this one again. Right, back together, and
I dwell in the north, in the green country, far and near, far and
this track, by the way, is called Poo a Cow.
to my rest at the
Wonder what it's about.
end of day, whilst o'erhead pretty stars.
And so forth, you see, it does everything it's supposed to now. So go back to track 1, cue it, and there we are. So this one now works. So there we go. So that one is as good as sorted as it can be. People say things like, cannot do that gently. The fact is, no, you can't, because going in that way, it loosens those 4 screws inside, and of course it can also then put that out of kilter, which means it won't open. So that was a very simple repair, which is very common on these, but it's what we call in the trade operational error. Right, there's the next one. This is the second Numark MP103 USB, and as you can see, it's exactly the same problem. Probably for exactly the same reasons actually, because, you know, most of the CD players were in the studio there where people do programs live, and they basically, like I said, it's anybody who handles CD players like this needs to be trained or spoken to, depending on your view of such things. But these things do happen, and these things do happen, and unfortunately tend to get the rough end of the stick on things like this, because you know, in many places the engineer is the person that puts right all the crap. Anyway, I'll take the top off before and go inside. This one is exactly the same as before. You press the eject button and it tried but doesn't do it. So first of all, again, switch off, and again, well, I'll make sure these screws are tight down here. I'll tight it anyway, you know, and find out why it's not doing what it should. That's okay. Again, the problem is purely down to people. Everything on this machine is down to people. It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah. Boot. Come on, boot. Right. This one's worse actually. Okay. Oh dear. Right. Okay. Right. Well, let's see. Well, they're okay. So that is. Right, there it's open. We have a quick look and see what, and this drawer here is loose. It's loose, so that could well be the problem. It's loose on this side here. So I wonder if maybe something has snapped with this one. Which would be a bit of a beggar. I mean, look at that. That's open, right, okay. Right, let's see if we can find out why it's not shutting the way it should do. Few things with these. First of all, at the end of the CD player thing, it can go out of alignment, and again when it does, it can actually cause us problems. So put that back in. Again, gently, quick look underneath. Oh, thanks for that, yeah. And let's see if it now comes out. It doesn't. With a little bit of help. Okay, fine, not to worry. I wonder if it works despite that. Put a CD player in and see if it works apart from that. Might be a... if it'll open it. No, it won't open it. Right, okay. We'll put a CD player, the CD in and see if it does actually work. If it does, then this is simply the CD player. That's the player side of it's okay. That's this lot here, by the way. So if you put these in the back here like that. It seems all right. Yeah, change works. That works okay. Got to check it pointed to make sure. And there you go. Yeah. Cue. Play. Okay, so that seems to work okay. That's something. Let's see if it comes out now. And it's stuck again. Okay. Fine. Yeah, let's have a...
It doesn't stick as much.
No, it doesn't stick as much it used to, but it does stick, so... What I'll try and do is I'll try and relocate it with these screws. Just millimetre one way might be all it needs, you know. So I'll try and do that. But this one might possibly need the deck taken out and working on. If we have to, we will, but I really don't want to have to. That looks up. No, it doesn't. Right. Okay. Right. Is that now going to be? Come on, open. Okay. Right. Does it? No, it doesn't. Okay, it's one of these jobs. Okay, fine. I'll have a little think off camera and come back to you on that. Right, well, this one has got rather more of a problem. The jaw is now open. If you push it shut one way, it's okay, but the other end, it's come off its runners. If you look here, it's actually come right off its runners and possibly broken as well. And so this has to come out, and I don't know as yet whether I can fix it or you're going to need a new one. So I'll work out how to get this thing out of here, get it on the bench and have a look, and we'll take it from there. Now with this out of the unit here, there's a worm gear type arrangement on here made out of plastic. Now we all know about plastic gears, don't we? What I've done here is I'm going to go along this gear arrangement on here, starts where my finger is there, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to straighten it out as much as I can, and I'm going to get all the rubbish out as I can, and also here as well, and also the drive belt here, which might need to change as well. It might work then, it might not, I don't know. If it doesn't, then we're looking at a replacement carriage, but hopefully that will be enough to get this one working again. Again, I don't know. See here, you see there's the drive belt there, which does feel okay actually, to this thing here, which is again feels a little bit stiff, but again it should be okay. So the problem is obviously here and here, not helped by the fact that part of this is possibly broken off. I can't tell for sure at this point, but it looks as though it has. This is new to me, this, so I'm learning along with you here. So if we do something stupid, well, bear with me. This is not my regular port of call, but hopefully we'll get it working very soon. So I will now go and get this worm gear arrangement here cleaned out as much as possible, and here as well, and we'll put it together out of the unit and see if it'll work or not work, as the case may be. Right, this is the deck from it out, like I said. The lid is there, but the CD tray is here. Put it there for now. And this has got a problem. If you look, there's this here which slides across and makes that up and down, yeah, and it sticks halfway. Now I've cleaned all the plastic cogs in here, so it's either going to be a problem with this tray or this belt here. There's a belt here between the motor and the first cog here, you see, and that seems to be where the problem appears to be, because it does in fact jump out of the guide sometime, and it seems to have lost some of its friction, as it were. So I'm going to try one of those belts when I get one, and if that doesn't work, then we're looking at a new tray for that. So this one, I'm going to put this one back together for now and get on with the Denons and try and get 3 working out of 4. Well, the other 2 machines we have here are Denon machines. Now, Denon machines are generally rather better than the Numark ones, so hopefully these two won't give me any trouble at all. Here's hoping. Anyway, on it is, so I'll connect up the leads back here. Red and white, you know the formula for these, yeah? So red and white, back there, phone unplugged. Now these work slightly differently. So first of all, that seems to work anyway. So in goes that, in goes that, and it should look at the disc very quickly and should see what it is. Come on. There we are. Right. Track 1. Okay. And it's cued it. Yeah. So now if it is button here, we shall get done through the speakers. Which we do.
Thrown like a star in my vast if I open my eyes to take a peek, to find that I
During track 5, and again.
As I recall it, the sun was high, yellow in the blue sky.
No, that's our track number number 20, shall we? There we go. So cue on track 20 and play. That seems okay. So this one appears to be okay. I'll just run it to make sure for a minute. Stop. Okay, fine. Stop again. Cue up a track. I don't know. What do you want? Number 8, Juniper. And play. There we go. That pause. Mix and pitch up and down the disc like that.
Lives upon the hill.
It's also got repeat mode, but I'm sure all that looks okay. And of course, we've got the usual.
Is she sleeping? I don't think so. Is she breathing? Yes, very low. What you doing, Jennifer, my love?
So this one,
Jennifer.
it appears to be okay. So that's 2 out of 3, I suppose. That's 2 out of 3. So let's quickly get the third, and we'll try that one as well. That first one was a DN630. This is a DN635. Very similar, apart from 1 or 2 extra things on the back here. But really, all we're going to do again is try it and see what it does. If it works, then we've got 3 out of 4, and I've got one to try and find some bits for. But we'll see. So on it goes like that. That works okay. There we go. That's something, right? So as always, get the drive in the CD, put the drive in the CD in the drive. Like that. Put that away. And you know, in it goes. And again, it should trare. Oh dear. Trare. That could be a number of things. Could that? Oh well, never mind. Let's see what it does. And cheer again. Okay, take that out. Okay. And again, that goes forward like that. Then we'll see what it does now. Close. Trare. So it's probably not going to be the. I hope it's not the laser anyway. But there's something wrong with the tray on this, so we'll have a look inside and see. Maybe it's going to be 2 done and 2 waiting. I'll have to see on that one. So again, just pull the top off in the usual way. Have a look and see why it's got a tray error. These actually do provide trays for a number of different reasons, so you know it could actually be the laser. I don't know at this stage on that one until I get it up and have a look, but they do actually cause trays on this sometimes, so you know, but we never know until we get it open, do we? Which is always a trouble for me with one hand, but we manage slowly but surely, or slowly but unsurely in my case. Now on these CD players there's a test mode which is entered by pushing 2 buttons in and then hitting the power button. So if we do that, this will be good with one hand, won't it? Okay, so it basically these 2 here and the power button. So if I put these 2 in and hold it in place with say blue tack or something, we should be able to get it into power mode, into test mode, and find out what's going on. So give me a second on that and we'll see if we can do it. It looks very much here as though it's the same fault. What I did, I powered it up and stopped it halfway. Now I can do that with it, you see, and get it winging out. And underneath here there's a drive belt, which again is looser than it should be. So again, I reckon, well, from experience, that it's that drive belt. And so again, we're looking for a small drive belt. So what I'll do, again, I'll go online, I'll find drive belts for this one as well, order them up, and we'll take it from there. So moment till we've got 2 workers and 2 wait for parts. Okay, so I'll put this one up now and let you have a look at what we've been up to with it, and I'm looking for parts. So come back soon. This is part 1 of this about these CD players, and part 2 will be up as soon as I get the bits. Okay, so until then, take care. This is Steve Pendlebury at Steve's Vintage Radio Longstay Workshop, and I'll be with you soon. Okay, take care till then. Bye bye.